When you're viewing information on a page in OneNote, sometimes it pays to zoom in or zoom out so that you can see more or less detail. The idea here, for example, is if you have the View option in your menu. If you click the View option in your menu, you have 4 buttons that relate to zooming. The magnifying glass with the minus will zoom out, and it will make things smaller each time I click it. The magnifying glass with a plus will zoom in, and it will make things bigger each time I click it. The 100 button will zoom it specifically to 100% actual size. And the Fit Page button will actually zoom it so it fits on the entire page. So if I zoomed right in, for example, and then hit this button, it'll fit it onto the page. Alternatively, you can hold the Control key on your keyboard, and if you have a wheel on your mouse, you can wheel forward to zoom in and just scroll if you need to scroll up and scroll to the left, and you can hold the Control key and move the wheel down to zoom out. So wheel in and wheel out with the Control key down if you want to zoom in or zoom out, but you may have to scroll so that you can see your information. Now the other thing I want to mention is on the View command in the menu there is 2 buttons. Well, there's actually, I'm going to add a new page, and the first button, and I'm just going to zoom back out 100%. The first of the 2 is the page color. If I click this button, I can choose a color from this palette, or I can actually choose more colors if I don't like them. I could choose yellow, for example, and now my page has been colored yellow. So you can add a page color. Also, if I am using a pen or I'm drawing, it's useful to have ruled lines. If I click on ruled lines, there's 4 types of ruled lines. They are narrow, college, standard, and wide. If I choose wide, it makes it easy for me to draw, to write with a stylus or a pen if I've got ruled lines. But if I'm doing mathematical calculations, I might decide not to have ruled lines, but in fact have grid lines. And as you can see, there's 4 types of grid lines going up to very large grid. So I might just choose this medium grid, and now I've got mathematical grid lines. So they're helpful as well. Now sometimes also when you're working with a file, you may see initials on a page. Let me show you. Here, for example, is a page with 2 initials with the letter C. This is basically telling me that an author whose initial is C, which is Kathy, me, has made changes to this particular page. If you want to hide the author initials, on the View command in the menu, there is a button Hide Authors, and if I click it, those initials will disappear. And if I click it again, those initials will reappear. So if you ever see initials, it means that somebody, one of possibly many authors, has made some changes to that page. Now another wee thing is when you're on the in Word, or whether you're in Excel or PowerPoint or any application for that matter, or even on a web browser such as Chrome, you sometimes find useful information that you would like to send to a notebook. So for example, I might have a Word document here, for example, and I want to send this to my OneNote notebook. If you go to any application's print option, File Print, you will see that you have the ability to choose a OneNote printer. And depending on how many versions of OneNote or what versions of OneNote, it will depend on how many OneNote printers. I've got OneNote 2010, 2016 and for Windows 10 installed. So I have a variety of OneNote applications installed. But I'm just going to choose this particular printer, and when I hit print, it's not actually going to go to a physical printer. It's going to print this document, all 37 pages, to a particular notebook that I choose and to a particular section that I nominate. So here I now have the choice. So I'll choose Kathy's notebook, and I'll just choose Quick Notes and OK. And it will proceed to start importing that particular printout into this notebook. So you can collect information using the print setting in any application and send it to a OneNote notebook, which is awesomely handy. I'm just going to click cancel so it doesn't take so long. The other thing I want to share with you is if you delete a page. Let's say I choose a particular page, maybe calculations, and I right click and I delete that page. Now I decide I want to get that page back. If I want to get that page back, then I go to View in the menu and I choose Deleted Notes. In fact, if I hit the drop down, I can view any deleted notes. And here it says to me that these are all the pages that I've deleted. If I want my calculations page, for example, I'll look at the very bottom of the list. And if I want to retrieve it, I basically right-click, tap on it, or hold on the page to restore it. So I'll go right-click, and I'll actually restore this page. You can't actually right-click on the page itself. You right-click on the page name here in the page panel. If I right-click, I can actually choose to restore that to whatever particular folder. So I'm going to restore it to just my quick notes and restore. There's a little note up here also that I want to draw your attention to. When you're looking at pages that you've deleted, it will keep those pages for a while. But after 60 days, it will permanently delete all items. So I just want you to know that, and I can exit. So if you delete a page, you can definitely get it back by, and here it is here, you can definitely get it back by going to View and going to Deleted Pages. You can also, just for your information, go in there and empty any deleted pages or disable this for this notebook. Completely up to you.